Control what you can. As a person, we are tempted to be in all phases of our partner. And it is normal. I'm telling you, it's normal. You want to be their financial advisor, their relationship advisor, their shoulder to lean on, their handkerchief. I'm telling you, it is tempting. But there are things that we cannot control as a person, as loved ones. Do you know you cannot control someone's addiction? Do you know that? And now, most of us are measuring with what they cannot control over what they can control. Sometimes you can control someone's happiness. You know what makes them happy. You know what tickles them. That one you can control. But there are things that you cannot control. Their desire, their likes, their interests. People are interested with having a lot of friends. You are here becoming a prisoner, telling them, oh, don't be friends with. No. You are destroying your own relationship. Coming into this relationship, and that's why I usually insist, can you take time in your courtship era, in your courtship moments? Can you understand your person from the beginning? When you understand your person from the beginning, you will understand there are things that you can condone and there are things that you cannot condone. So what you can control is what you can condone. The rest, leave it to them. You found them like that they will work on it themselves. Instead, you start working on someone who doesn't want to work on it, and then you destroy something that you could have had a future. Marking the territory. I'm telling you the truth, the useless thing that you can do in your whole life is try to mark a territory. Trying, not even doing, trying to mark a territory. Nowadays, do you know, even men try to mark their territory. You go, you leave your toothpaste, toothbrush, you leave your boxers, okay? The same thing women used to do or are still doing. But do you know someone who is cheating on you? The person they are cheating on you with know you. And they know that you were there that day. On a Tuesday night you were there. So them coming Wednesday, they are prepared that you already found the things. You marked your part. And nowadays it doesn't shake people. People who are cheating all over, they don't. Let me tell you something. People are going to married people's house to cheat with them. So you marking a territory that you want to mark this territory so that they can know this house has owner. They usually even go to houses that have owners written in their documents. Even photos, they are all over the house and they don't care. So we are busy investing in stupid things at marking territories. No matter how long, no matter how much you invest in marking that territory, if someone was to cheat on you, they will cheat on you. Why? Because they disregard you. They don't respect you. And that's why I say if someone is not yours, is not yours. No matter what you do, trying to make them yours, it will not happen. More than anyone else. A statement that we have used in most of our relationships, and I'm one of the criminals using this statement, because how can you tell someone that I love you more than anyone else in the world? How can you tell someone like that? Do you know how long the mother took to give birth to them? Do you know the first boyfriend was so in love, like nothing else? Okay, Jesus Christ died for that person. And then you laugh. Why do we lie to each other? And let me tell you something. I know we are just trying to express ourselves, but anyone who uses the phrase that I love you more, if you add more than anyone else, that someone has a secret agenda. Personally, that is something I think. Because this someone is trying to manipulate me to think that I'm not loved outside there. And that's what you find. When you break up with someone who always tell you I love you more than anyone else, you take more time to heal than a normal person who was just being told I love you. Why? Because in psychologically, you think that was the only person who could love you in that amount, in that way. So it becomes very difficult for you to let go, because in your mind, you know that it is only one person that loved me that much. So it becomes very hard for the heart to move, because psychologically you register that there is only one person who loved me more than anyone else. If there is something I pray for, it's acknowledgement. If you're in a relationship and your partner doesn't acknowledge, you can understand what I'm trying to say. You could be in a relationship and your partner doesn't acknowledge you at all. At all. The best thing they do is pretend they know you in public. This is my wife. This is my girlfriend. For public appearances only. But in reality, in private, it's like you live alone. Better you could have started life alone. No, right now you have a lot of baggages, you have children, you have a lot of bills, and your partner doesn't notices you, does not even recognize you. Those are people that when they enter the house, the first thing, they don't even greet you, they go direct to bed, sleep and wake up and leave again. And you wonder why most of us rush into a relationship which we resort to that place. It's because we are in a haste to be seen or to be heard. We are in a relationship. Most of us are, you can go even days, weeks without talking with your partner. They don't even recognize you are alive. We need to reconsider why we are rushing into relationships, because we haven't thought about tomorrow. If that person stops recognizing me, will it hurt me? Or why am I going into a relationship that I know this person with their behavior, with their habits, one time they will not recognize me? Apology accepted. It is one thing to ask for forgiveness. It is another thing to say I'm sorry. But it's another thing to be forgiven. It is another thing to be accepted. Do you know there are people that you ask for their forgiveness without anything at hand, they will not forgive you. They want to be pampered. There are people who want gifts. They want to be bought things, assets, as a way of, this is a sign that you said sorry. You bought me this. And even years to come, you will be reminded, this is when you said sorry. That's why you bought me this. There are people who don't take things lightly, like I have forgiven you. And I need you to understand there is a process with your partner. There is a way your partner wants their forgiveness to be done. There are people who want a celebration, a ceremony, an event for them to forgive you. Are you trying to understand what I'm trying to say here? Because we need to reach a place that we respect ourselves, respect our relationships. So if you don't understand your partner and the only thing you say is I'm sorry, this person doesn't forgive you. They just brush that thing off. But you have to appease their heart. And everybody has a way they appease themselves. There are people who want sex. There are people who want kiss. There are people who just the word is okay. They just want to hear that you are sorry. So it's for you to know your partner, what tickles them. For you to be accepted. For the forgiveness to be given. Understand me. You know, a lot of people are quick to reply when there is a conversation or there is an issue. They want to be listened, But I usually say, before you talk, take time and understand what your partner is saying. Because you'll discover that a lot of arguments or a lot of discussion take long because one person did not understand the other, and both of them, they were talking the same thing in different languages or in a different tone or in a different manner. It's just grammar that changed. But if you took time, I know you have something to talk about. I know you have something you want to be heard saying. But take time, first understand what they're saying. Okay? Now, what you are about to say will be diluted with the understanding of your partner. The problem with all of us, we want to be the one to be heard. but no one wants to understand what their partner is trying to communicate. Because if I listen to you, there is a notion that people think that if I am the one to understand, then you are the head of the family. I have no problem. Be the head of the family. At the end of the day, I'm the man. You can there are features in my body that you cannot change. So if I have to understand for this discussion to be resolved amicably, let me understand you before you understand me. And that is where we need to reach. Understand your partner first before they understand you. If you work like that, I'm telling you the truth, you will be a role model couple. Interruption. I always have this question. For example, you're visiting your friend, okay? And you know they are married or they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Why can't you call? Why can't you call? Why are you entitled with that relationship of yours? Just call. Okay, maybe you don't have credit, you don't have a phone. So you have reached there and you have seen they are both in the house. Why don't you knock? Okay? Why don't you knock? Don't you have mind to think? Okay, you have knocked. One of them opens the door and maybe they just have a towel on them. Just a towel. Why are you entering? Why are you entering? You know, sometimes we don't respect relationship. Ati, I have just come to invite to visit you guys. No, you have seen the towel. Just say hi and go. You're interrupting some moments. There are things that were meant to be sacred for two people. These moments are not. Imagine a nigga just waited for some time to get a cozy time with their partner. And the time that they had, you're coming to interrupt it. If we are not fortunate to have precious time with your person, please respect other people's privacy. No feelings. I know we have reached there. Not even in the relationship that we are in right now or maybe our previous relationship. We have reached where relationship brought us together. What brought us together was the feelings. And now there are no feelings. They have died. When you look at this person, you remember you loved them. But nowadays you don't love them. But do you know, I don't know if it will make sense. Feelings cannot die. Feelings don't. Love is eternal. What it does, it fades. And what it's like a flower that has not been watered. It withers. But it doesn't mean the roots are dying. When you start watering that plant again, the flower starts to blossom. I don't know if I'm making sense. In a relationship, that is what happens. There's a time you stop working on your relationship, the feelings will go. It's the same thing. The moment you stopped working on the feelings of your ex, you forgot them. You stopped loving them. Are we together? Why? Because you stopped watering the feelings because they were not important anymore. So the reason your relationship has no feelings is because you stopped working on your relationship. The moment you start working on your relationship again, let me tell you something, you will fall in love again. Involved. I don't know if you know this blessing of having someone who is involved in your business. Sometimes it might look like a clingy person or a very stubborn person who is always on your business. But the moment that person is withdraws their clinginess or their stubbornness of being into your business, it is when you miss them. Remember that ex who used to ask you, how was your day? Good morning. Have you eaten? Nowadays, you don't have anybody who is asking you if your day has been good. How do you feel? Sometimes there is an emptiness you remember that your ex brought. A fulfillment your ex brought. Because when you have it, you don't know the meaning of it. I pray that you get someone who is involved in your business. This person wants to know why you cried, why you were happy, who you are with today. They don't have a problem with the details. They just want to know of your well-being. This is a person who is active in your daily routines. They want to see you becoming great. They are asking because they want to know where they can impact more.